oh, why are you gaming? You're a girl. XYZ. I've pretty much heard it all. And one of the main driving forces for me even starting YouTube was to sort of squash that stereotype and show that you can be a woman and love video games and also be into makeup and fashion and sport and everything else, that you shouldn't be pigeonholed into one box.
Please welcome presenter, radio host, and YouTuber, it's the fabulous Elz.
Hello, my name is Elz, also known as Elz the Witch, and I'm going to be hosting the Bafta Games Awards. Some people might know me from YouTube, where I play video games or just document different parts of my life, and then others may know me from my presenting work. I've worked in football for Man City, hosted the Sidemen charity match, I work on radio a lot, and I also do many other things within that realm, so to name a few.
Tell us about this BAFTA's hosting job. So I'm assuming it's not like your regular job where you put your CV in. I know you've presented an award at the show before. Did you drop any hints then? How did it all work?
So I presented an award in 2025, so almost a year ago now, and I didn't drop any hints back then. I actually had no idea that this was even on the cards for me, but I am so honoured to be given this role and to be stood in a room with so many incredible people that keep this industry alive, and I can't wait to celebrate them.
Was it just an automatic yes from you when you got asked?
It was definitely a yes deep down, but initially I was just so blown away, firstly, but also secondly, it's very nerve-wracking and a lot of pressure because I think I am one of the first, if not the first person from a digital background. So someone that started from YouTube and really just it's sat in their living room talking to a camera and not a real person before. So I think that I feel a lot of pressure to represent the digital creators, but also to show that how important it is to intertwine more traditional gaming with these new creators that are coming through the woodwork in the career path.
And what does it mean to you to be a woman in this space heading up to such a prestigious show?
Well, one of the main driving forces for me even starting YouTube or creating any sort of video game content was because throughout my life I have experienced, I guess, misconceptions of my love for gaming because I'm a woman. I was told when I was little, oh, why are you gaming? You're a girl, or you don't look like you've been into gaming, XYZ. I've pretty much heard it all. And one of the main driving forces for me even starting YouTube was to sort of squash that stereotype and show that you can be a woman and love video games and also be into makeup and fashion and sport and everything else, that you shouldn't be pigeonholed into one box. So leading up towards these awards, I feel so tremendously proud, firstly, of my journey that I've come on just from starting my career 7.5 years ago, but secondly, to represent the women. And I just hope to inspire other women that you can achieve whatever you want to, as long as you genuinely love it and you want to achieve success.
So gaming can sometimes get a bit of a bad rap for the way that women are sort of treated in this space. Do you feel like things have changed since you came onto the scene, sort of in that time frame?
I think that things have definitely changed a lot. I mean, one thing that I love the most is seeing just how many women are in this space, particularly with content creation. I think that lockdown had a great impact on the amount of content creators that are existing, be that, presenters or live streamers or YouTubers covering video game content. I do also see a massive increase in the marketing of games directed towards women and cozy gaming, but also those more, I guess, male-dominated industry games. There's a few of them, and I think that I see the marketing adapting to cater to both women and men within those spaces, or just anyone that loves gaming. So there is definitely a lot of change. I do think that there is a lot more that can be done, though, and I think it's really important to highlight that there is still so many women, myself included, that receive abuse online when you're gaming. Even just to jump on a microphone, if you sound like a woman, you're then submitting yourself for some type of abuse. And I think that there's a massive responsibility for games companies and also social media platforms to help protect women in the space. And I think there's a lot more that needs to be done in terms of representing the safety of women within the space.
When you're planning to host, have you got any sort of what's your style going to be? Obviously, last time we had Phil Wang. What are you going to do? Have you thought about that yet?
I mean, I'm not a comedian, so I'm going to put that out there. My personality is very much, I mean, my nickname's the Witch. I'm quite sarcastic. I'm not intentionally funny. And if I am, it's most of the time because I'm angry about something for some reason. People find that funny. But I hope to not be angry on the night of the Bafta Games Awards. I hope I'm having a great time. But I think for me, it's going to be a night of celebration, making sure that people that keep this industry alive, both in front of the camera and behind the scenes, are celebrated. And it's going to be really good vibes, happy celebration, and hopefully I'll do a really good job.
No, you will. You will. We've got all the faith in you. And I know you probably won't be able to sort of comment on the individual nominees, but what do you think of the competition this year? And was it a good year for games, 2025?
Oh, 2025 was a great year for games. Naturally, there's obviously always a few front runners. We've got quite a few games that have been nominated a few times and have already received awards from other award shows. So I think that it was such a good year for the big games, but also I love showcasing those indie games and highlighting the smaller studios. And obviously it's the BAFTAs, so those British games as well. I think it's just going to be a great night of really focusing on people's love for video games and showcasing as well the emotion behind them. I love going to the Bafta Games Awards because when the winners go up on stage, you get to hear a bit about their stories and just see how much it means to them. So, yeah.
Obviously, it is going to be a night of celebration, but the games industry has had a lot of problems recently there's been quite a lot of layoffs. Only today, there was some more layoffs in the gaming industry with sort of Fortnite. How are you going to approach that, or will that not sort of come into the night for you?
I mean, I think just naturally with the games industry, and I think most industries are struggling just with the current economy as well. So it's a tough period. And I think that even when I went to the show last year, I mean, it's touched upon how important it is to have people in these industries that are creating art and just having passion and providing opportunities to people within the industry. So I think that it's all about obviously celebrating the games, but then focusing on the importance of having people in the industry. And I think that will definitely be touched on in the night. And when the winners go up on stage, I'm sure that they will highlight that as well.
Speaking of people that are going to sort of be there, are there any nominees that you're excited to meet on the night?
Ooh, well, there's a couple of games, and I'm not going to say specific games because obviously as the host, I've got to be unbiased, but there are a couple of games that are nominated that I sunk a lot of hours into last year. So I'm really excited to meet some of the studios that create those games, because it's always nice to put a face to the games that I've loved so much, because as much as I enjoy playing games and they give me happy memories, I also think that, and most gamers will feel the same way, that games get us through really tough times. And just on a personal level, I've had a really tough year last year, and games were such a key part of just keeping me going. So I really want to meet some of these games companies and just, tell them how much it means to me.
Hopefully you can answer this question. What are you playing at the moment?
Oh, at the moment, so I have been playing the new Pokemon game on my Switch, Pokopia. I don't know how to pronounce it because some people say Pokopia or some people say Pokopia. Yes, so I say Pokopia, but a lot of people say Pokopia. So who knows? Someone needs to clarify. But I just got off the tube earlier and I've been playing it the whole way. I really am enjoying it. I also have been playing a game called Phasmophobia, which is a ghost game. I love a horror game. The new Resident Evil Requiem as well is a really good one. And I still haven't played Claire Obscure, which I will be doing before the award show, I think.
In terms of on the night, do you have an outfit? You said you were getting an outfit fitting.
Yes.
What kind of thing are you going for?
I think I'm going to do a few outfits. I have got my stylist. I've got a fitting the week before the show, so I'm going to go for a couple of outfits. But I am working on something really special. I'm not going to give too much away, but it's involves a theme, not of a specific video game, but I guess the tech involved in videos. That's all I'm going to say.
And we know you're a big rock fan, so when you're getting ready, do you know what you're going to play? Do you normally have sort of music on while you're playing?
So I am a big rock fan, and I also just love music in general, so it depends what mood I'm in. But I have a feature on my Kerrang radio show where I focus on video game soundtracks, and a lot of those are, for example, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, which is very much rock and hip hop infused, Guitar Hero, which is one of my favorite games, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, because you get the whole range. You've got hip hop on there, rock, country music. So I think we're going to focus on video game soundtracks. That's what I'm going to do.
Just for my own curiosity, do you have a favorite game of all time?
I do, and I don't know if you can see on my setup behind me, but I have a mural right at the top, which is all Final Fantasy VII. That is my favorite game of all time. I've got tattoos down my arms, which you'll probably see on the night of the awards, and I will talk about it until the end of time. For anyone who will listen, I will talk about Final Fantasy VII too. And I say, if I was to ever do Mastermind, my specialist subject would be Final Fantasy VII.